Hi, you're a squishy sack of cells and organic compounds, existing on a planet teeming with life in all shapes and sizes, surrounded by plants, animals, fungi, and tiny microbes, and a whole lot of other living things, mainly. Oh hey, look at that! Those cells are dividing, and organisms are growing and evolving. Hold on, what the heck is going on here? To understand this remarkable phenomena we call life, let's look a little bit into biology. Wait, did I say a little bit? You find yourself made up of trillions of microscopic factories we call cells, the fundamental units of life. These cells are busy metabolizing, growing, replicating, and working together to maintain your existence as a fairly complex organism. But how did all of this get started in the first place? What drives the rich diversity of life we see around us? Let's find out by going back in time. Stop! From the primordial molecular soup that sparked the first primitive life forms billions of years ago, to the modern-day synthetic biologists rewriting the codes of creation, the study of biology spans an epic journey. It's a multidisciplinary exploration of how life arises from chemistry and physics, the historical branching of evolution across species, the unseen processes transpiring within living cells, the ecological balances between organisms and environments, and so much more. Biology is the study of life itself, from the humblest single-celled organisms to the most awesomely complex biological computers, aka human beings. It stands on four foundational pillars. First, the cell theory states that all living things are composed of microscopic cells, and that new cells can only arise from the division of pre-existing cells. It's cells all the way down, baby! Second, we've got evolution by natural selection. This explains how biological traits get passed down from generation to generation, with advantageous mutations sticking around while detrimental ones get flushed out over time. Then you've got genetics, focused on how those hereditary traits get encoded in organisms as DNA and gene sequences. And lastly, the principle of homeostasis, the biological imperative for organisms to maintain a set of balanced, stable internal conditions to survive. Those are the core tenets, but what officially makes something alive according to the rules we clever apes created? Get your pencils ready, because a living organism must be composed of cells, undergo metabolism, maintain homeostasis, have a defined life cycle, be capable of growth and reproduction, and respond to environmental stimuli. Using those criteria, life on Earth has been classified into 5 broad kingdoms. We'll start old school with the bacterial kingdom, which bundles together all those unicellular prokaryotic cells lacking a true nucleus. Those OG single-celled critters fostered the earliest life forms on Earth, evolving to occupy some seriously hostile environments. From deep ocean vents to acidic hot springs to your stomach's roiling acid bath, certain strains of bacteria can thrive wherever the rest of life dare not tread. Other types help us out as symbiotic partners that aid in digestion and nutrient absorption. But some robes trigger pandemics and infectious diseases that have shaped human history in profound ways. Moving up the cellular complexity scale, we hit the eukaryotes, these organisms whose cells contain membrane-bound nuclei and organelles. This encompasses protists, which are single-celled or colonal eukaryotes that can't form full-fledged multi-tissue structures. Protists like algae were able to kick cellular evolution into a different gear by developing photosynthetic abilities to capture light energy. This helped pave the way for the plant kingdom to emerge as multicellular, photosynthesizing botanical life forms. From primitive mosses and ferns to towering trees and flowering shrubs, plants entrench themselves in the earth while spreading roots, stems, leaves, and pollen to replicate that sweet, sweet chlorophyll lifestyle. Some rogue plants decide to forsake a life of clean photosynthesis in favor of absorbing nutrients from dead, decaying matter. We call them fungi, encompassing mushrooms, molds, yeasts, and other funky spore-producing organisms. Fungi form symbiotic relationships with plants and algae, because teamwork makes the biodiversity dream work. Alright, now we're getting into the real all-stars, the animal kingdom. These motile, multi-celled beasts took biology's complexity to another level, with specialized tissues and organs enabling mobility, intricate body systems, and bigger brains. From humble sponges to insects, reptiles, birds, and mammals, the animals rose to dominate this planet's habitats through enhanced intelligence, sight, hearing, and mobility compared to their botanical brethren. Well, until the peak animal species evolved bulletproof intelligence and a self-destructive carbon footprint capable of making the entire planet uninhabitable. Oops. Within the animal kingdom, species get categorized through an obsessively precise taxonomic hierarchy, from phylum down to genus and species. This enables easy identification and helps illustrate evolutionary relationships between different organisms. So in summary, we've covered the key principles of biology, the criteria for what qualifies as life, and taken a whirlwind tour through the 5 kingdoms biologists use to classify every life form on this pale blue dot. Whether you're a humble E. coli bacterium or a barely sentient human animal, you've got your rightful place in the grand tree of life. But that's just the 10,000-foot overview of biology as a field of study. We haven't even dipped our toes into the wealth of subdisciplines that take a deeper look at the mechanics of life. You've got areas like molecular biology, analyzing biological molecules and processes at their most fundamental levels. Biochemistry gets granular with the chemical compounds and reactions powering living organisms. Cellular biology quite literally studies the building blocks of life at the cellular level. For the bigger picture, you've got fields like evolutionary biology tracing life's path on Earth through the fossil record and genetic mapping of existing species. Ecology focuses on how living things interact with each other and their physical environments. Zoologists specialize in studying the animal kingdom, while botanists take the plant side. The cutting-edge areas really pushing boundaries include astrobiology, pursuing the origins of life in the cosmos, and theorizing about potential extraterrestrial species. Bioengineers work on developing bio-inspired tools and technologies, and the field of synthetic biology aims to redesign and fabricate new biological components and systems from the ground up. So as you can see, biology is a dizzying web of knowledge covering every facet of this bizarre phenomena we call life. How it started, how it evolved, how it persists, and how it might just be fundamentally rewritten in the coming century. From dissecting frog specimens to gene editing innovations, this field promises to remain an endless frontier of discovery and ethical quandaries. At least until our artificial intelligence inevitability turns all carbon-based biology into a historical curiosity rendered obsolete. But I'm getting ahead of myself. The point is, biology rocks, offering a wide, ever-expanding body of knowledge to help make sense of the living world around us. So appreciate those respiratory proteins while you've got them, meatbags. Who knows what wondrous bioengineered forms await? Well, that's all the biological insight I can cram into one video before rambling off into a tangent about cybernetic immortality or something. Don't forget to obliterate that like button, punch your subscription right in the mitochondria, and I'll video you well and on for more life science content. Cheery bye!